Mainland Southeast Asia is a land of gods, kings, Buddhist Wats, and seeming tranquility. But the ruins throughout these nations indicate that many wars have been waged on this beautiful land. This stark reality often goes unnoticed by visitors who pass through. Behind the beauty, lush forests, and ancient temples of mainland Southeast Asia, there is an underlying unrest, resistance to change, poverty, and violence. Thailand is modernizing and developing very rapidly, leaving many rural hill tribes behind. Cambodia is recovering from the Khmer Rouge and Civil War. Much of the countryside is still poisoned with unexploded ordnances. Laos is slowly opening up to the outside world, trying to rebuild an infrastructure devastated after massive bombing and landmining during the Vietnam War. Bangkok is the first impression most visitors get of Southeast Asia. Thailand has never been colonized and plays a dominant role in the economy of Southeast Asia. Modern tourist facilities and foreign companies dot the sprawling city. Rapid modernization is also changing the face of the countryside. Recently, these realities have created dissonance throughout Thailand.
Let the Mon River run free. Tuk tuk.
Many Thais from the countryside camped outside the king's palace to protest the damming of the Mong River. Although it will generate hydroelectricity, it will also end up flooding many villages. If you're looking for something, odds are you'll be able to find it on Khao San Road. Despite being a devoutly religious country, the Thai people are very tolerant of homosexuality and transvestites. The Buddha image bombards Thai people throughout their lives. Here we have every pose of Buddha. The Thai people revere their king. He is the symbol of the Siamese Empire. In 1431, Siam invaded Angkor and looted Angkor Wat, the largest religious complex in all of the world. Conflicts that occurred between the Siamese Empire and the Angkorians are still a source of disputes to this day. Tourism is a fledgling industry in Cambodia. But in Siem Reap, you can see the most beautiful temples and stay in luxurious hotels. In Phnom Penh, foreign visitors often see Tuol Sleng Prison, the site of the torture during the killing fields. They can behold a city recuperating from the total evacuation under Pol Pot's Khmer Rouge regime. You can go to the water park, cockfights. You can see the beautiful Khmer dancing. Or you can choose from a wide arsenal of assault rifles to shoot at targets, chickens or cows. You can shoot a rocket launcher or even take a grenade for $10. Local military wants to use the surplus of arms after the Vietnam War. Quay Road. Gunshots in the afternoon. There was an intensity in the air in Phnom Penh when we arrived. It was the aftermath of the Anti-Thai Riots. I met a Khmer student named Visa Sen. Where were you born?
I born in province.
He showed me what the demonstrators had done.
200 kilometers from here, on the east of Phnom Penh.
So, in these last days, what exactly happened? There was a Thai actress that spoke badly about Cambodia, and there were some demonstrations against this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Have a Thai actress said that Angkor Wat temple belonged to them. So all the people, all the students in Cambodia were very angry and have done a big demonstration.
What buildings were burned down?
What Thai embassy.
It seems strange to the outside observer that such a violent reaction would come from comments made by a Thai movie star. But the conflicts over Angkor Wat run deep between Thailand and Cambodia. Allegedly, the Pagoda Boys, which is a nationalistic group associated with the ruling party in Cambodia, incited much of this destruction. Looters were still lurking around the embassy, but it seemed quiet. Telecommunications company owned by Thai Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra was burned down.
And Thai bank and 2 factories producing water, mineral water.
And why the Cambodian 5 television station was burned?
Because they are very angry, they cannot put the angry inside. They take it out.
Yes. The smell is pretty strong still.
It is apparent that there is a lot of Thai investment in Phnom Penh, but it is unclear how much of the money gets reinvested in the city.
Do you think that now the Prime Minister of Cambodia, Hun Sen, had anything to do with this or no?
I don't know about it yet.
So in the upcoming elections in June, who do you think you will vote for?
In July,
In July?
I vote for Democracy Party,
Sam Rainsy Party?
Samrangse Party.
But the Sam Rainsy party did not win that last election, and Hun Sen remains in power. Mosques and Islamic schools, funded in part by wealthy Arabic nations, are springing up all over Cambodia. These mosques and schools are used by the Cham Muslims, a growing minority population in Cambodia. There is a resurgence of Cambodian traditional and folk music. This rebuilding of Khmer culture is necessary after the destruction of some aspects of this culture during the times of the Khmer Rouge. Laos has a much more developed highway infrastructure than Cambodia. Much of their money comes from foreign direct investment. Most of the villages are set along the Mekong River, the ancient highway of Laos.
A lone boy boating along the Mekong. School has let out in Pak Song. Riding around the highway in Pak Song, a school has let out. In the Bolivian plateau, to this they say Sabadi. Sabadi.
On the road north to Luang Prabang, a passenger bus several miles ahead of us was ambushed. Armed bandits approached the bus and shot out the windows and sides. At least 10 Lao nationals and 2 foreign tourists were killed in this ambush. Lao authorities report that this ambush was a simple robbery, but several Asian and Western media sources allege that the ambushes were the work of the ethnic minority Hmong rebels. These Hmong rebels were backed by the CIA during the Vietnam War to fight against the communist Pathet Lao military. They made money from opium smuggling and trafficking, much as Al-Qaeda did. At the confluence of the Nuakam and Mekong rivers lies a sleepy royal capital in the craggy hills of northern Laos. A mystical place in proximity to Luang Nam Tha and the Golden Triangle, the site of much of the opium cultivation in Asia. Laos is the most bombed country in the world, along the northern and eastern borders especially. The United States is responsible for giving Laos this dishonorable distinction. The repercussions of the Vietnam War are still felt 4 decades later in neighboring countries. Currently, there is another war that threatens to cause severe instability for many years to come. My arrival coincided with the International Day of Solidarity against the Iraq War.
Okay.
สงครามจะไม่ทันใช่ไหมครับครับสงครามไม่ได้สร้างความดีอะไรเลยมีแต่ความวิบัติฉิบหายทั้งนั้นนะครับวันนี้เราต้องการที่จะบอกกับท่านว่าเราไม่ต้องการสงครามใช่ไหม
During my journey, I witnessed demonstrations in Thailand, ambushes in Laos, and riots in Cambodia. These events were examples of the political voices and acts that were struggling to be heard. These events, not widely reported to the rest of the world, portray an essence of elusive, perilous beauty.